On the eve of the real Halloween, when everyone is already dressing up at home, a girl Sarah is forced to write an essay about her fears in order to get into Columbia University. She is distracted by a noise, and opening the window, there is her boyfriend Tyler, who has come to entertain the girl a little. However, their conversation is interrupted by her mother Katie and brother Sonny, so Tyler is forced to leave the house and the family goes to bed. The next morning, there is no way Sonny can successfully complete his Tesla Tower project, but Jim stops by, asking Kathy to babysit his son Sam for a few days while he is away. Mom sends everyone off to school, and in the yard they see a no-holds-barred Halloween fan, Mr. Chu, who has erected a beautiful set. On the way they stop by the store, where Mom makes Kathy babysit tomorrow for her gaffe yesterday, and the boys put up an ad to help pick up trash, hoping to make some money. Kathy works at a nursing home, so she buys adult diapers, but Walter the salesman makes an unfortunate flirtation.
The adult diapers are actually 2 for 1 if you want to grab another pack.
A festive atmosphere reigned at their school, but the school bullies weren't up to it. They just wanted to kick the Trash Brothers' asses, but the teacher intervened and chased them away. And Tyler comes to Sarah and invites her to a party tonight, but the girl refrains because she has to sit with her brothers. At the end of the school day, the boys get ready for the party and take their first order of trash pickup. Their first place of work was an abandoned house, which reeked of Pennywise atmosphere, and the gnomes from the last part were waiting on the doorstep. I'll leave a hint for you to see above. Inside the creepy house, it turns out that Sam has agreed to work almost for free, because the girl on the phone allowed to take everything they find in the house. And just a few minutes later, Sonny finds a secret passage in which there is a chest. Opening it, there is a book with a lock. The boys open it and realize that it isn't finished, so they don't give it any importance. But good old Slappy, the ventriloquist doll, appears next to it. Sonny finds a card in his pocket and reads the spell, but nothing happens and Sam scares Sonny. But as they are about to leave, they encounter the bullies again, who take the book. This time, however, Slappy uses his superpowers to protect the boys. When the boys return home, they hastily tell Sarah about what happened to them, but she skeptically leaves their company and goes upstairs to write her essay. But she couldn't get enough of Tyler's invitation to the party, so she packs up and leaves. But already at the club, she sees a happy Tyler, but making out with another girl. So she just runs off, and in the meantime, Sam has already put his Halloween keepers on display for everyone to see while Sonny practices his act in front of the puppets. An unfortunate performance leads to the awakening of Slappy, who pretends to be a do-gooder and helps the boys put things together and write their homework and revive their favorite figures, who start fighting, but the doll asks them to make it their little secret and not to tell anyone about it. Sarah comes home and complains about her boyfriend and her mother while it's Slappy listening intently. In the middle of the night, while everyone is asleep, Doll reworks Sonny's project for tomorrow's performance and visits Sarah afterwards. The next morning, Slappy finds herself in her backpack, and when Sarah leaves Slappy in her locker, he overhears their unpleasant conversation with Tyler. And as the guy was decorating the stage, Slappy showed up and threw the guy down the stairs to go to the hospital, but no one believed his stories about the demon doll. Meanwhile, at Sonny's performance, in which he powered a light bulb from a distance, everything went just as Slappy intended. Sarah picks the boys up from school, and in the car they realize that yesterday Sarah complained about Tyler and her mom. When they get home, Mom is messing around with the doll and won't listen to the kids about the story about the doll being alive, as immediately the phone rings. Attempts to destroy the doll were unsuccessful. And when Mom returned, she left all the kids without Halloween, because they are all grounded because of their delusions and the explosion of the physics lab. However, in Sarah's room, the doll gets fed up with Sarah and she stabs him with a bat. Next, they dump his body covered in a suitcase into a lake, but on the way home, the doll returns, and after a collision, he disappears. The town is not much shaken by this yet, and everyone is getting ready for Halloween, until Sarah finds an article about the town of Madison where people have seen huge insects and lots of monsters. They also learn that the monsters came from Robert Stein's books, and his first unpublished book was written in their town. So their target becomes the bully who took the book from Sonny a little earlier. Slappy, meanwhile, sneaks into the supermarket and creates monsters of all kinds from the set. I like the witches best, and of the salesman Walter, Slappy makes his ward. And then the monsters go on a great hunt. On the internet, the guys find the number of the director of the Stein fan club, so Sarah calls the number, but the man on the other end doesn't pick up the phone, only eavesdrops on her message. When the boys find the bullies having fun with toilet paper, but upon learning that the book is in his house, witches immediately descend from the sky and kidnap the schoolchildren, leaving only their bicycles behind. At the same time, Slappy hatches a cunning plan in which he brings all the creatures of the town to life through the Tesla Tower. Sunny and Sam sneak into the house and find the book, but Slappy already manages to start the process and all the stuffed animals and decorations start to come to life. So our heroes see the gummy bears come to life before their eyes, transforming into larger ones and eventually attacking them. Sunny manages to pick up a call from her mother and yell that they are being attacked, so she quickly follows home, and the boy accidentally opens a book and begins to put the monsters back in their place. And then Sunny saves Sam from a giant jelly bear, and they leave the house, where Sarah begins a battle with the skeletons and Sunny wipes them out with the book. Meanwhile, writer Stein is in a hurry to pack his bags and hit the road. The city is already swarming with creatures from different universes, who attack people and even the police can't stop them. Sarah opens the book and realizes that it is incomplete, and Sunny tells her that her mother is on her way home, so she must be rescued as soon as possible. Mom ends up at their house, but already in the cocoon of a huge spider, which subsequently takes her to Tesla Tower, and the precious book is stolen by a ghost. After that, the guys are rescued by a neighbor, Mr. Chu, and while Slappy is experimenting on their mom, Mr. Chu turns out to be a Stein fan and helps the team assemble horrifying monster costumes, but on a small budget. And now with a disguise, they head to the very epicenter, to Tesla Tower, where the scarecrow with the pumpkin mistakes them for his own and doesn't attack. By the way, Stein has already arrived in town and sees that his book called Restless Halloween has come to life after all. And when he sees the red balloon by the sewer, he is convinced that he wrote about the clown before Stephen King did. When Sunny, Sam and Sarah go up to the control module, Slappy shows them his new creation in the form of his mother, then tells them that he wants to destroy the book at the top of the tower so that the monsters won't go back there. They have to split up. Sunny has to stop the tower and Sarah goes out to battle Slappy. Sunny finds the right switches, but when activated, the voltage only increases, and Sarah upstairs replaces Stein's book with Frankenstein and tricks Slappy, then pushes him straight to 400 watts, after which Sarah opens the book and returns all the monsters to the pages. And when it's over, Stein shows up to save the guys, but soon realizes they've done just fine without him. Walter transforms into a man and they leave the sinister place, and the same bully falls out of the sky into the bushes. Sarah, seeing a real scribe in front of her, asks for advice for writing the essay, but Stein is sure if she wrote the finale of his book in one night, she can handle the essay even faster. You just have to write about what you know about. Sarah began to write about fears of losing loved ones, fears of not fulfilling her dreams, and it was a great topic, because she ended up getting into university. And Stein is content to finish another book and put it on his secret shelf, but the unexpected outcome was the appearance of Slappy, who survived and wrote his own book in which Stein himself is the main character, so Slappy locks his creator in the same trap.
Papa!